Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to be doing a review over our Burris Signature Series rifle scope. Really excited to do a review over this scope, give you guys all the specs and let you know our thoughts on it, as we have two of them now and have been really impressed with them so far. So let's dive into the review. Okay, as I was saying, we do have two of these scopes. So this one, the one we have, I'll give the specs on this one. And you guys can look at the other two versions. They have three versions of the scope. The first one's a 2x10. This one's the 3x15. And then the big scope is the 5x25. But the specs on this scope right here, so they have it just over 13 inches in length. It weighs just a hair over 20 ounces. And it has 80 adjustments of MOA on the up and down and left to right. It also has the parallax from, I think, 25 to infinity. And then also this scope, both scopes that we have, we bought it with they call it their Ballistics E3 reticle. So it's got 3 dashes on the bottom. But also you can turn this knob right here and it'll give you a lighted red reticle when it gets really late in the dark and in the evening when you're getting close to losing shooting light, and it really helps being able to pick out that reticle in the dark situations or first thing in the morning. So we've been really impressed with their reticle, but that's their Ballistics E3 reticle. And let me think, what else is there? And yeah, as like I said, there's three different versions of it. We have the big version on our Western rifle. This is like their medium version, the 3x15, and then they got their like short range version, the 2x10. But want to do a review of this because I've been really impressed with this scope. It's not a cheap scope. I do have it pulled up here on just Cabela's website. They range anywhere from $500 to almost $800. So it's not a cheap scope. It's not a super expensive scope like some, but it's definitely not a budget friendly scope. But the glass on this has been fantastic. Super clear. Just really well built scope so far from what we've seen. We've used them for over 3 or 4 years now, maybe 5 actually. But we really love this scope. Has been great for going out west because it has the adjustable turrets. You just pull it up there and you can adjust whatever way you want to go. And then you can obviously see, I don't know if you guys can see, there's a little dash to mark what your zero is. So you know you're always on zero and you can just drop it down. But then immediately if you all of a sudden go, oh, I got a deer out at 500 yards, you just drop it down. There you go. You're already there. So it's pretty easy to adjust once you actually have it dialed in. Same thing on windage. If there wasn't a windage adjustment, it's got the zero right here. You just pull it out and adjust. Really nice. But yeah, we've been really impressed with these scopes. We were in debate on a couple of them when I was looking at long range scopes, and really fell in love with this one. We bought the big one first, and then we loved that one so much that I said I really wanted to get another one. So we bought this one, and it's been fantastic with this 243. And have had no issues. It's always stayed on zero, really easy to adjust. The cap, this just comes off and you just unscrew it with an Allen wrench to actually make your adjustments to zero it in. And then once you zero it in, you kind of lock it in and boom, there you go. And you already got your zero adjustment. But parallax works really good out to long range and really gives you that clear look through the scope. And then also that reticle is amazing on here. That red reticle when it gets to low light or first thing in the morning, or in the evening or in the morning, really helpful when it gets dark and you're trying to pick out that reticle. But yeah, like again, I said, it's not a cheap scope at all, but I think this is a great scope if you're looking for a sort of budget friendly. You don't want to spend thousands of dollars on a big scope for going out west. I think this is a fantastic scope to go with. Been really impressed with it. We've used it on our 7 mag out west and it's worked flawlessly when we've had to adjust ranges and drop the dial. And worked perfectly. And I just dropped a doe at 400 yards in our depredation hunt with this scope with the 7. Knew it was 4.5 dial at 4.5, dropped it, boom, hit it right on the money. So really, really impressed with these scopes and highly, highly recommend. And also they are backed by they have a lifetime warranty. So I think if you break it or whatever, haven't had to worry about that yet, but it says on their website that anything happened to it, reach out to them and they'll get you a new one. So it sounds like it's kind of like a Vortex warranty. I haven't tested it out or had to test it out yet, but they do say you have a lifetime warranty on these as well. So Very impressed. Highly recommend. And if you guys are in the market for a new scope and want a little upgrade with some better glass and maybe something that you can adjust for long range shooting, highly recommend the Burris Signature Series scope. So if you guys like these videos, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.